All right, today making a video on how to change the battery cable ends. These here aren't doing so well. These here are the ones that I like to use. They're solder on type. So we got our heat with some MAP gas, we got some solder, we got our tools, and we're gonna get started. So first thing we're gonna do is disconnect the negative battery cable. So we'll start by putting the right socket on here. And we'll take this off. All right, we got that loose, tuck it out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and take the battery all the way out. It's not a good idea to put flame around the battery. So go ahead and pop this positive cable off. And got it loose, tucked out of the way. And then we will take the battery hold down loose. Put it out of the way. And one thing I'll show you before I take this battery out, this cable end here has got an end for negative. That's the negative post. You can see how it fits. Well, the positive post is larger. It doesn't even want to go down on there. But if we take this one here, it says positive, it'll drop right down on there. It just falls right on top of the negative cable. See how loose it is? So make sure when you do this, you use the right cable end on the right wires and right post on your battery. Now we'll just pull this battery up out of here. Set it over to the side. We're going to start with our negative cable end. And we'll start by taking it off. Just loosen these two here. Once you get them loose enough, they should pull right off the cable. You see how much corrosion's in there? That's why I don't like using these. And you don't get good contact on the copper wire here when you do that. When you do that, well, that style cable end doesn't contact well either. And we'll take and unravel this tape so we can get some more wire up here. Get these two wires separated. A little easier to work with. Another thing you want to do is make sure you got enough cable here, because we'll be cutting this cable back some and then skinning the wire, the protection off the outside of it. And you want to make sure to have enough cable that it'll still reach your battery terminal when you go to put the back together. So we got our cutters here, cable cutter. I don't know if you can tell how much corrosion's in that wire, but there's a good bit in that wire. That's why we're going to be cutting it back. Not to mention that other style cable end really works these wire over. Then we'll make sure we got our negative. Place the wire in here. We only put one at a time in there right now. And just get an idea about how long you need to, or how far back you need to take the insulation. I'll just use the pocket knife to just be real easy with it. So as long as you cut most of the way through that insulation, you can just take and manipulate it to where it'll break, and you can pull it off of there without damaging the copper. You see there, that's a little better. That right there is going to solder up nice. Got rid of that corrosion that was on it. Do the same with this other wire. And measure how much you need to cut off. And take your pocket knife and just run right around it. Sure, I got all the way around there. All right, see that there? That one there is still corroded. Corroded back. I mean, it's best if you replace the cable incomplete, but this is the old vehicle. I'm not real worried about it. I'll clean it up some for sure. That's what I got my brake cleaner here for. Forgot my wire brush, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So all I could find was this round wire brush, supposed to go in the drill, but as long as you get in here and clean these up good, it doesn't matter what kind of brush you use. spray it again with the battery cleaner, the brake cleaner. Don't have any compressed air on right now, so I'll just blow that out with our right, and then we'll just twist that wire up a little bit. I'll stick both in here. And if we got another tool, we'll be right back. Right, I'm back now. Take and run this bolt up a little bit. I like to take vice grips and clamp on here. I'll tell you about that in a minute. It's always a little bit of a trick to get this wire and cable and all in a spot where you can heat it up without damaging anything else. It's a technician life, man. Struggle. I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to edit now. Also want to make sure your cable end is oriented correctly. That way you set it up here. I'll just take that and set it like this on my battery. That way you don't twist the wires up any more than you have to. Makes it look a little nicer. Now we will heat and solder. Using solder that I just got laying around. Why it's using such a small gauge solder. It's getting there though. I'm just gonna melt solder in there until it's full. All right, looks like we're about full. So we'll give that a minute to cool off. I'm going to sit here and bore you with that. So when it does cool off, I'll just tape it up. with some electrical tape, make it look a little nicer and cleaner. And then repeat on your positive cable end. Be the same process for that. You're done, put your battery back in, put your cable ends on, and you're good to go.